Hello and welcome back to another segment of Retirement Essentials. This is another one of those gem videos that are recorded during the height of the COVID-19 lockdown, and so it was recorded from home. So again, forgive the audio quality. However, I want to talk about a software called WealthGuard that can be used inside of a retirement portfolio to really mitigate any losses in a spiraling market. So listen to the end where I really spell out the advantages of using WealthGuard and how to access it. But essentially, it's helped thousands and thousands of retirees minimize the downside impact that has recently came from the COVID economic crash. So we will see you in this video as we discuss WealthGuard. Hello everyone, this is Devin Peterson, and in today's trying times, I wanted to be able to connect with you to provide a little bit of insight into value on what we can be doing to prepare ourselves for a safe retirement moving through this COVID-19 times and beyond. For many of you that follow my podcast, you know that we love to bring up retirement finance topics and bring in specialists that add value to your retirement plan. And for today's Facebook Live, I want to be able to share with you a retirement finance tool that I think that every retiree or someone preparing for retirement should absolutely have inside of their retirement portfolio. Now, what I want to share with you is not an expensive financial tool or a shiny new investment. It's actually a investment and account balance monitoring software that helps you as the investor or the retiree know exactly where your retirement finances are, all in one place. So the tool that I want to share with you is called WealthGuard, but before we dive into that, I did want to let you know that this is not a new software. In fact, hundreds of thousands of investors have been using this software over the years, and we've been using it in-house with our clients, and it's provided an immense amount of value as our clients stay connected with their current balances. But not just that, also have a safety net or a fail-safe in place when the markets start to get dicey. So absolutely, over the past several months, the markets have been just that. And so as we go through this episode, I want to share with you a couple of experiences that we've had with our clients back in December 2018 when the market crashed right before Christmas Eve, and then also March of 2020. So what I want to share with you is this software called WealthGuard. And so if you haven't heard of it, absolutely come find a little bit more about it on our website, brighterwealthacademy.com, or just Google WealthGuard to see what you can find there. But WealthGuard is a simple technology that, when accessed through a advisor, can actually be free for you. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go through. But I did want you to see that this software of WealthGuard, if my slides can work for me here, it is absolutely dependent upon your risk tolerance. And so if you are a moderate investor, you can see in here that a moderate investor would typically have a 60-40 portfolio, meaning 60% stocks and 40% bonds. Based off of your risk tolerance in WealthGuard, they assign you a number. So your WealthGuard in this case is 15%, meaning that this is the maximum percentage that an investor would feel comfortable seeing their account decline from its highest closing value. And so if you are a moderate investor, it's assigned a 15%. Well, what if you're a conservative investor? Well, you can see here that a conservative investor is defined as having a 80-20 portfolio, meaning 80% of your funds are in fixed assets like bonds, and then only 20% are in the market. So you can see your WealthGuard number or maximum risk percentage is a lot lower. It's only 7.5%. And so as you initially set up this WealthGuard number onto all of your investment accounts, it gives you this number where is like the maximum amount of account balance that you're willing to lose. Now, on a day-to-day basis, obviously it tracks the lows and the highs and reports back to you. However, the software itself is built for communication. So every week and every month, you get either a text message or an email letting you know where your accounts are at. Has it reached a new high? Or if the account starts to drop, how low is it dropping? So all of these are important elements inside of WealthGuard. Now let me give you an example of how this works. If your WealthGuard was set at 15%, and you can see as the white line tracks along, that's your portfolio value, and your WealthGuard number, or the maximum percentage of loss, kind of tracks that beneath it, still keeping up that 15% below your portfolio high. Now, if the market starts to decline, you can see here, the market declines and let's say you lose 10%. Well, in that case, the WealthGuard is going to trigger a warning for you and for your advisor and your trade team. Let them know, hey, the markets are falling. Here's just like a warning, a heads up, watch out for it as it comes down. And if the market does continue to fall and it hits that WealthGuard number, or that maximum 15% loss, at that point, it automatically, if you have it set up with your trade team, rotates into a more conservative portfolio. And as you can see, if the market would continue to fall, your account wouldn't lose that market value. And so what it does is it rotates into a more conservative portfolio temporarily until the market starts to pick back up. So if the market starts to pick up, like in this scenario right here, and eventually it would rotate back into its previous portfolio. Now, what really makes that rotate back into its previous portfolio is based off of what we call the three wise men. The three wise men are these market indicators: relatively strength index, moving average crossover, and moving average convergence divergence, that really determines when that rotates back into its previous portfolio. Next here, I want to kind of show you a simplified version through this video, what that might look like.
You've worked hard to get where you are. You're smart and responsible, always looking toward the future. And you've invested in your retirement along the way. But what happens to those investments in a large market crash? Now you can minimize the risk by monitoring and protecting your financial investments with WealthGuard. Here's how it works. We help determine how much risk you should be taking with your investments and what your ideal asset allocation is. With this information, we assign you a WealthGuard number. Your WealthGuard number is the percentage of loss you are comfortable with based on the peak amount of your investments. Your WealthGuard value is synced to your investment value. So as your portfolio rises, so does your WealthGuard. If your investments drop too close to your WealthGuard number, you and your financial advisor are notified and a new investment strategy can be created. If a time comes when your WealthGuard number is reached, you and your advisor will be notified again, and your new strategy can be implemented, potentially saving you from drastic loss. And by adjusting your portfolio strategy and WealthGuard percentage, you may improve your outcome in the current market conditions. With WealthGuard, you can manage all of your investment accounts from one place, including those managed directly by an advisor or a company retirement plan. You can take control of unnecessary risk, protect your retirement, and secure your lifestyle for years to come. Because we understand your investments are more than the sum of your financial accounts. They're the fuel that drives your future, and that future is a long and winding road. Speak to your advisor or visit wealthguard.me to gain financial peace of mind by WealthGuarding your investments.
So as you can see through that video, over time, it does rotate back into its original portfolio, but not until the market is clearly signaled that it's free to go back into the market. And so this monitoring software can be of immense help as you as a retiree prepare for retirement and really seek to find that safety net inside of your retirement finances. And so I hope you've I hope you kind of connect with this idea of having an additional safety net under your investment assets, because it can be so valuable when the markets start to tumble. So back in 2018 in December, and then also March of this year, this is exactly the process that happened with all of our clients as we tracked the fall of the market. We didn't know how deep this would be, and all of our clients didn't want to stick around to find out how deep it was going to be. And so at each of their risk tolerances, as their WealthGuard number triggered, it rotated into a more conservative portfolio. And at the time of this recording, partway through the COVID-19 crisis, that's kind of where we reside, more rotated into a safe place of safety. And then as the market starts to pick up and continue, we'll see that rebound back in and rotation back into the original portfolios to grow with the market. Now, if we're looking back over the last 30, 40 years of time, we can kind of see, and this should give you an idea of some of these market declines in the past. So the dot-com, and then the housing crisis. You can see at all these periods of time where the market starts to fall, these are the times the red bars are where it kind of triggered the WealthGuard, and then the green bars are where it triggered the WealthGuard to go back in. And then red and green. You can see as we gathered and we're able to capture most of the growth on the way up. So kind of summarizing this, I just wanted to share with you, we live in trying times, and this COVID-19 crisis is very scary to go through, but honestly not unprecedented. The market seems to correct every 10 years or so, and it will in the future. So adding this software on top of that really gives us as the investors and us as an advisor team the ability to add an extra safety net that can be extremely valuable for you. So thank you for joining, and please join for all future episodes. Have a great day.